we go again.
Let's get into it, bro. First off, the wrestler head in me want to get into the WWE. Now moving to Netflix, has moved officially to Netflix for Raw.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't know why. Maybe it was because of the Jake Paul fight and the glitches there and everything. Maybe it's because I've been whole lifetime I've been used to seeing WWE on regular, normal, TV, public TV. I was kind of nervous, but listen, it works and it doesn't feel. If anything, right now, the pageantry, the presentation of it is more grand than it has been before. But I love the Hollywood style rollout of it, of who's in the audience, highlighting, now all the wrestlers aren't necessarily just behind the scenes. Some of them are just in the crowds and everything like that. If they're just watching, I think that's real dope, though, bro. I think I like the idea of Raw now being presented like sports entertainment, but also now that they're emphasizing the sports aspect of it as well, though, man. So it's fire. I like it. I'm very impressed.
I like it too. I like it because I can go back and watch it, because obviously on Mondays is when I'm at church. So I don't get the opportunity to see Raw live. So I just kind of watch Wrestle Talk uh, and get the highlights of what's going on. So I definitely make sure that I'm tuning in for the pay-per-views. I like that it's on Netflix, because for me, I gave up cable a long time ago. Back when YouTube TV was only $35 and now it's $83. Don't even get me started on that. But the fact that they are moving into a new, era of streaming, I think is super dope. And I think the reason why we don't have the buffering issues that we had during the Jake Paul stuff is because the large audience isn't watching wrestling like they were tuning in for Mike Tyson, right? And the fact, like, because even now I go and watch the playback. I still don't get to watch Raw live. I watch the playback. But I am excited because obviously, I watch both products. I watch AEW and I watch WWE, but right now the fire is lit behind WWE. AEW has gotten somewhat stale. I am excited that Kenny Omega is back to AEW. That's a big deal. But it's just, and then uh Edge for the WWE fans, Cope now on AEW, he's back. So they are getting some stars back, which is cool. But we had a first big crossover, not the first big, because obviously CM Punk and Cody both went back to WWE, but Penta showed up last night on Raw. And people, Penta, I like that he didn't just get this um blowout victory. Like, it wasn't a squash match, because Chad Gable, in the wrestling community, people love Chad Gable, bro. Like, I know you don't like him, but as far as, like, when people say, like, when you hear people, the wrestling community saying, like, yo, no, he is one of them dudes. They talk about Bryan Danielson like that, like, hey, he's one of them, right? Chad Gable is another one of those that's like, nah, he can wrestle, right? And
He was an Olympian as well, right? So that makes sense to me, though.
Yeah, it makes sense, but you wouldn't think, though. Like, Kurt Angle was obviously that's our first big, when you think wrestler to professional or sports entertainer, you think Kurt Angle, like, man, he was really good. And Chad Gable is that. Like, and so when he said, look, I want to face one of the best luchadors, it made sense that he would be the one, because it was a great match. Like, you had the "this is awesome" chance. I haven't seen that type of wrestling in WWE in quite some time, and they needed something like that, right? Because you do got the pageantry, because you got Jay Uso coming out there with the yeet stuff, and it's electric to see the whole crowd doing his stuff, bro. He was so blown up when he got in the ring too.
I love that for him. I'm gonna tell you this. I still hate the champion, the German dude. Gunther. Oh, I hate him so bad.
I don't hate him. I just, you know what I hate?
He's so boring to me, though, bro.
No.
Let me
that
tell you what.
part.
Let me tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you something that he did that was dope. It's just for some reason I just think that his personality is so blah to me, right? He told me he said told that boy Jay Uso, he said, "Yeah, main event. That's a nickname for you." He was like, "This is my life right here," and I thought it was a bar, right? But it was just so much. He's so whack to me that I was the punchline. He just didn't have and it's like maybe he had he delivered it how he could the best he could. But I think that if The Rock would have said that, oh man, the crowd would have lost their mind, and that's my point. He says he's so. And look, listen, I'm not saying that everybody has to be like a Jay Uso, and you have the heel version of a Jay Uso. I just don't like. I don't like his character, basically, though,
But part of that is
well
WWE's fault, though.
because yes,
Part of that is
sure,
WWE because this, for one, they were honest about something that people knew to be true, right? He has the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which is the equivalent to what the WCW belt was, right? And they updated it to the WWE version.
yep.
And it's a B belt. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows the real belt is Cody's belt. So that's the problem. They make this belt such a B belt. This is a prime example. Who did Gunther face on the opening episode of Raw on Netflix?
Did he wrestle?
Exactly. That's how you know it's a B belt. If it was that big of a belt, he should have had a match. The women's title was on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
wait, so he didn't wrestle.
no, he didn't wrestle. He didn't wrestle. So you have him coming on the second
He would have
episode.
listen. He.
But what I'm
I'm not
saying,
gonna
the
lie
point
to you.
is this, right? They don't, that belt is such an afterthought that they don't do anything with it. If Cody is on, if they're gonna do the switch, right? He should be on SmackDown and he should be the guy on SmackDown. And it should be a big deal behind it. The fact that they don't do that though, it makes the belt here's another example. At the time, Seth Rollins was the champion that Gunther is, right? When it was WWE WrestleMania time, it was all about who Cody was going to choose to face, Seth Rollins or or Roman, and it was like, yeah, I'm a
You gonna
face
choose
Roman.
the belt already?
But he just dismissed.
Okay. So it was Cody saying, "Well, which belt I'm
Yes,
gonna go
because
after? I'm just gonna go after Roman Reigns. He want the
right.
Roman Reigns belt."
He went after Roman Reigns' belt. So again, it made it again an afterthought. And then guess what happened? Seth Rollins joined Cody Rhodes to help him fight the bloodline because it was Cody Rhodes and Seth going against The Rock and Roman, right? So again, his belt became an afterthought. So then when it was time for Seth's match, Seth lost. And here we
It's like
are.
to me, it is a B belt. It to me, it's like a step above Intercontinental Champion.
Right. It's like the next step.
And even the Intercontinental belt was like it was an afterthought for a while, and the U.S. belt never had a chance to
Right.
me. It
And so
still don't to me.
yeah, and so now the women have their own intercontinental title. Uh, so it's even the tag belts. The tag belts are just like I don't even know who the tag champs are.
I think you can get rid of the U.S. belt and nobody would even realize it.
I'm just saying they could get rid. They should just get rid of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They need to do it because it looks dope. It looks super dope because I'm a huge fan of the WCW belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's just this is how you know, like you said, his personality is whack because it was people were feeling it when he was about to go against Sami Zayn. The Sami Zayn was super hot.
Yes.
Yeah. So if they
Hey,
had a
listen,
different
before we get off of that,
personality, yeah, go ahead.
before we get off of that, I'd be remiss if I didn't say how much I absolutely love seeing Hulk Hogan get booed, bro.
Yeah.
And listen, let me tell you what I think is crazy. Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up because I got something to say after you get done. Go ahead.
let me tell you the one reason. This is the let me tell you, you talking about somebody who's had a fall from grace. So this is the problem that I have, right? So from a political perspective, right? When okay, so when the stuff that came out about his daughter dating the black people, dating the black guys, right? So that was one thing, right? That he said it. And some people were almost willing to just say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. You still my childhood or whatever, whatever. But I think that the part that just took it to where people couldn't even go there was the fact that when he got up there and was co-signing Donald Trump. Now listen, don't get me wrong. I've never been offered the amount of money that he probably was offered to get up there. But what got me the most is that when you just said something racist and you get up there with somebody else who's had a history of some very racially tensive things.
There's another thing that he did. So he's promoting his new beer, right? The All
Yes,
American beer. So
yes,
he hired what you call him, digital content creator, right? He hired
yes.
this content creator. That, her resume came through, boom, boom, whoop to whoop to whoop. They was like, cool, yeah. He gets to the event with her. She's black. The next day, she gets a message, hey, we're not gonna need you for the rest of the tour. And then she goes and looks at the pictures from the next event, all white girls.
All white girls. So when you listen, when you have this in your past, right? And then you go and align yourself, show your support of somebody else, right? Then this is what this be the problem that I be having when people will try to say that, oh, well, you know what? How is somebody racist, right? When you say that, it's like, well, if you know that this is a part of that person's past, that there's this perception that he is a racist, right, or that he don't particularly like black people because he has his own past with that. And then when you also do, and then it's almost like, well, they was somebody thinking like it makes sense that y'all would click up then, right? Y'all too, because yeah, y'all don't like the black people apparently though, bro. So I absolutely love that people held them accountable to that. Like, no, you were the real American, bro. And don't nobody want to hear about your beer out here. And I love that they was booing him. Now I do respect that he was a professional. He got out his lines and he said everything that he came there to say. But I absolutely love that he was in California, a very democratic blue voting state, and they booed the hell out of him, though, bro. I
Well,
absolutely loved it, though,
and
man.
then at one of his own rallies for his beer, he was talking about choke slamming and clotheslining Kamala Harris. And I get it. You in character, you out here promoting, you doing your
He was Hulk
WWE.
Hogan. He wasn't Terry.
Right. He was being Hogan. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
bruh, you can't, I don't care, you can't talk about clotheslining no black woman, bro. Like I'm just like, bruh, I don't care that you politicking for your boy. You can't talk about body slamming and clotheslining a candidate like that, a black woman. You can't do it.
Oh my God.
Which
Ace Kennedy.
makes The Rock look that much better. But go ahead.
Yes.